You're listening to the Midwest's most dangerous podcast, Lockpod. This left of center pod coming to you live from the NECA IBW Power in Indiana Lake County Studios. It's season 18, episode 21. Only 2 to go, and we get a break.
Well, 2 plus this one. We still have to get through today.
Yeah, I'm counting it today.
Good show today.
It's Friday. We do have a good show today.
Seems like it.
A lot to talk about.
What's up, Jill?
What up?
How you doing?
I'm all right. How about
We have a
you?
good show today.
Can't wait.
Did you know that?
No.
It
TBD.
is. Yeah?
It's
You can tell by looking at the notes. It's going to be a good show.
I think there's a lot of news. And by the way, we've got a great guest who's going to be zooming in or whatever platform we use from London.
Could he put the bridge in the background? Something. Like, don't they have like a big Ferris wheel there?
They do.
The eye.
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Piccadilly or something?
I don't believe him unless he...
The circus. That's a circus.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's not a
Piccadilly.
really circus.
I know.
It's circus is like a center of town, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
What about just a phone booth?
That'd be nice.
Something.
Like a Doctor Who phone booth.
Yeah.
Like drink some tea,
Yeah.
do something.
Wait, you're not sure he's in? He could be here.
He
for
could
all
be
you know.
freaking in the region for all we know.
Well, it did seem like he had I don't know, John. When we did like a test with him, I think he was in his house or apartment and had hunting paintings on the side. Or something.
Okay.
So
You have
I
a
don't know.
deer behind you. So
I do, which we need to get rid
Yeah.
of. But
No, we
It's
don't.
Do we?
time.
It's snow?
time. Yeah.
it's time, man.
The tastiest.
No one even knows what it means
albino.
anymore.
The tastiest
So
albino.
yeah,
We
you
know
have
what
to
it
go
is.
back and it's so bad.
It tastes the whiteness.
I mean, let's just lay
Taste the
odds.
whiteness.
What's the chance of it being down by season 19?
0.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Same
somebody would
amount of
have
us
to-
getting shelves.
You keep saying every freaking season, oh, I'm putting shelves in.
And yet, we added the No Doubt Orange this year.
But it's like just piled
We
up.
added the Pope.
We need an interior decorator to come in because none of us
Yeah.
are going
No.
to get around
That's
to
a good
putting
idea.
up shelves.
We got the
I
money.
still got a cough
Yeah.
drop here.
We got the money.
Pens.
We got the money.
We do. We can afford some freaking shelves. you know?
Dude,
is
there's
still
some
here from
talented
season
people
1.
that'll come in here.
Or we
have-
just buy shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we got
that's
so
That's
much
all we
shit.
need. Just
Like,
go on Amazon.
Thank you, Jill.
What you guys don't
Thank you,
realize
Jill.
is behind Jill and John, we're like pack rats.
Yeah.
It's like
It's terrible.
We should do an
Like if I was
auction.
a
Like a
guest and I
hoarder.
walked in,
yeah,
you'd see like boxes of shit.
we're like hoarders. You
Or
can't see it.
Podcast
Auction.
orders.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not that bad. There's
it's like a
5
hoarder.
boxes.
It's like a hoarder. It's a
Well, some of
hoarder
it's technical
situation.
stuff that John needs in case stuff goes down.
There's a
'cause we have
used
backups.
vagina candle back there.
That is.
Thank you.
I'm
Throw
taking
that
that
out.
Somewhere.
home. I'm taking that home.
Oh, Marissa will love that.
I know.
You just bring that
She
home.
walks in.
Do you have any?
This smells like vagina in here.
I almost hit
see?
the, almost hit the
See?
coffee.
Oh,
Dude.
If
Oh,
Kevin
yeah,
could
Joe Biden. Why
catch
don't you give me the
something
Trump head? I mean,
No.
Trump's still around. Joe's retired.
Kevin likes giving Trump head.
Yet Joe is
No.
talking more clearly than Trump. These
Yes,
days. Did
Joe
you ever
might be.
think that would happen?
No, but it happened. All right, let's dig into it. Stick around, by the way. We've got a great guest coming up.
Yeah,
in-
third segment.
in third
Live
segment.
from London.
Live from London. We have Richard Fassam. So
There was a prank played on me, I guess, on the city of Hammond, or maybe it's just wishful thinking. There was this viral post that went around with a Hammond, like a jacked up Hammond logo. It's not the real Hammond logo. Like
Must be
city
AI.
Ham- It's
Yeah,
a, yeah,
pretty
the AI.
close.
It is pretty close, but it's not. You can tell it's different. And then
There it
like
is.
we don't have the part that says City of Hammond, Indiana. And then my face looks
Oh,
like
right.
I look like
I think you're.
It's like
It's
an AI
weird.
version
Like
of
it
me.
became like the skin's weird or
Yeah.
something. It's not like your official photo. They
I don't.
AI'd
Why
it.
wouldn't if you're gonna like copy us? Why don't you just cut and paste our actual
Right.
picture and our actual logo? Well, so I knew as soon as I looked at it, I knew it was fake. Plus, I was like, "What? Like Waffle House? Waffle House? I would know about that if there was a Waffle House coming to Hammond." So I saw this, and I paid scant attention to it. I got a lot of stuff going, and I was just like, "That's bullshit."
That's weird.
I was just like, "That's bullshit."
Oh, you knew immediately. You're like, okay.
Immediately. Well, I did have to dig in a little, and then I saw the address, 6525 Indianapolis Boulevard, and I quickly determined that is Petros. And I'm like, that is not what's going where Petros is.
No,
I know what's
Chipotle
going-
and Dutch Bros is.
Right. I already know what's going where
Right.
where 6525. I know the development taking place there. So I was like, okay, whatever. Somebody, I don't know why they did this, but they put it out. Says Hammond moves forward with Waffle House development. City of Hammond is excited to announce a proposed commercial development that will bring Hammond's first Waffle House to 6525 Indianapolis Boulevard. The project is scheduled to appear before the Hammond Board of Zoning Appeals this week as part of the development approval process. For decades, Hammond has been a city that works hard, plays hard, and now eats all-star specials 24/7. We believe this project will be a great addition to our community and look forward to serving our residents, visitors, and shift heroes.
Yeah.
Sounds good. It's got a waffle. Sounds good, but it's completely fake.
Yeah.
I generally think a Waffle House down south I know there's some in Ohio. Like when I go to visit Jana's family in Northwest Ohio, there's one in Bowling Green, but they're not around Indiana much. Does anyone know where there's a Waffle House in Indiana? Maybe down southern Indiana. Like I don't think there's one in
That's a southern
Lafayette.
thing.
I thought I saw one down by like.
Oh, you know what? There is one by where do my
Is it off
cousins
of
get married?
65?
Past Indy.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Is it
Yeah,
off of
like south of
65,
Indy.
right?
So, yeah.
I want to say
Like
Columbus,
Greensburg or
Yeah,
Columbus
yeah,
area.
something like
There
that.
is one. You could see the sign off the highway.
Yeah.
It's in
Right.
between Indy and Louisville.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the.
That's I think.
Oh, there you go. What do you
Here's
got,
a
John?
list. A ton of them.
Greenwood. There you go. Greenwood. Indianapolis. I think we're thinking the one in Greenwood.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's off the highway. You can see, but I've never been to one.
Shelbyville.
Me
I
neither.
have. They're very good.
You, Joe,
No.
John?
I have. Yeah, when I was like a kid.
24/7,
south.
by the way.
They have one in the region? No.
No.
Oh, they have one in Chicago.
Wow. Where's
What's
that
that?
one?
What's that other one?
No, that's not
S&G,
it. That's
Waffle
not it.
Shack.
Those are not Waffle Houses.
Okay.
No.
Well, it's a fake post, and it went viral.
I think
So,
people
like,
love Waffle House.
I
It
feel
went
like
viral?
I mean, there was like 800 shares. I was told.
But it even says satire down here.
No one reads.
Nobody. That's in the
No one
small
read
print.
that.
because nothing says progress like hash browns at 2 a.m. That's
So
true,
like this
you know.
thing goes viral,
Wow.
and then my staff starts telling me about it, and then my wife calls me up and like, "Oh my God, we got a Waffle House!" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And because I really, like I said, I paid scant attention to this. It's just like I saw it, realized it was fake, and moved on with my life. But I didn't realize the power of social media, where they just start blasting this goddamn thing everywhere, and then people think it's real. Because when we do a big announcement, like we announced the Dutch Brothers and Chipotle, we got like 1,000 shares. So this one got like similar attention.
Wow, because I think it's because people love Waffle House. I mean, I'm
No,
telling you.
It's because they always go viral for their employees fighting and that kind of shit that happens there.
True.
That has happened. We have reported that, but it is I mean, I've always had a good meal at Waffle House.
Compare it to Denny's.
It's a great diner. It's a little diner. I would say it's in my opinion, kind of more like a diner feel than Denny's is more like a restaurant feel.
Okay.
Denny's,
is disgusting.
I agree with you.
And
When I go to
dirty.
Denny's, I'll eat there, but like when I eat there, I feel like I'm
Moon's
getting ripped
over
off.
my hammy.
Nope.
I don't feel like I'm getting ripped off eating eggs very often, but I would eat at Denny's.
Grand slam.
Yeah. No
Yeah,
thanks.
I agree.
I
And then the bacon's like super thin.
It is
Yeah,
it is at Waffle House a little bit too. But they have the guys that work on the griddle right there. It's like right there. It's all right there.
So, like, if somebody puts this out, is this something that, like, if you wanted to, could you sue the creator? Like,
don't know
could
what
this
you'd
fuck
want
with your?
to, though.
No, I'm just saying, like, is that something you
It didn't
could? Like,
hurt
is it-
us. If anything,
You'd have to show damage, right?
Mhm.
Right.
So at this point, it's just like
I should
okay.
sue him for using my jacked up face. Like that looks like I don't know.
You look like the Terminator robot. Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't
Yeah,
quite
there's something
look
robotic
real.
about it. Yeah, I
My,
agree.
my skin looks like it's falling off my face.
Is your navy pin accurate? It looks almost
Yeah.
weird too to me.
Navy pin's accurate, I think, as well as I can see.
I think didn't like Echo Dev kind of add fuel to the fire because they started getting press inquiries and they're like, we'll circle back. We're not sure.
Circle back.
Corporate
There we go.
buzzword.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
get
do
into
a
that.
segment on corporate buzzwords today. Circle back is definitely a good corporate buzzword. We'll circle back on that.
We'll
Let's
let you
pressure
know.
test this, and then we'll be
Yes.
back in touch.
Speaking of corporate buzzwords, there was like a very interesting, I guess, summit or like panel talk at Valparaiso University that you got invited to this week.
Yeah, I don't get invited to these things very often. I'm not,
Innovate
I'm not
Northwest
refined
Indiana.
enough.
Yeah,
for-
what was this, man?
It was like corporate bigwigs getting together, and a whole bunch
Whoa.
of banks and like universities and the big businesses and the government. You know, obviously the governor was there, and
Wow.
you know it was. And then they invited me. I was like turd in a punch bowl.
We got to get a Democrat up here. So there was.
They did. Like I was like the only Democrat in the room.
It was actually sponsored by Indiana Indiana Business Journal, right? Or I think. Or,
Yeah, Indiana Business Journal,
Yeah.
right? Which is it's a
and
really
Inside Indiana Business, I think as well.
I was really like flattered to be invited because it's a big thing. They did like 5 or 6 events across the state.
Yeah, that's right. I think they were saying this is the third of however many they're doing.
And
all
they
over.
were in Valparaiso, and they were doing the region, and they wanted to talk to me about some bears and some other issues. And I was up on the panel with great people. Bill Hanna from the Dean and Barbara White Foundation. We had Jody. What was her
Jody
name?
Peacock from the Port of Indiana.
From the Port of
right?
Indiana, right? Gus Limpidus, Family Express. Heather Ennis from the Northwest Indiana Forum, and then Tess Albanese from Albanese Candy.
Yeah, that was actually. I guess I just never thought about it. I didn't realize it was a family name, family run business, family name. So she was there. She was like, I think she's like the president of Albany's Candy, and she was talking about how she, grew up on the south side of Chicago, and it was really interesting.
Yeah, but we were up there first, and the governor spoke, and he had like a fireside chat, and obviously the Bears came up, and just hearing what he has to say, his latest updates, and then we all ended up there. And the reason Kevin and I were talking, we did a bit on corporate buzzwords, is because I tell you, Joe, when we're there, I feel like people are talking a different language when you get a bunch of corporate people together. Like, I don't talk like that either. They say all this corporate shit. And I'm looking at them like, why don't you just speak normal English,
I feel like they all went to the same like public speaking school or something.
What do you mean?
They took the same. They read the same management book.
Like, give me an example.
Let's circle back. Who says that in real life, right? Let's circle back and we'll talk about this tomorrow. Or, let's take this offline. Just like, let's unpack that. Just like they have like certain.
Yeah, does that
buzzwords.
move the needle? It's like
leverage our synergies.
What?
Yeah, dude, this is the kind of shit they were saying, and it's like,
I think whenever you hear the word synergy, it's always
corporate,
one of the.
right?
Yeah, it's like.
And it's funny because Rick Kalinsky is in corporate world now. Rick was my chief of staff. He works for NIPSCO now. He's like a manager at NIPSCO. He's pretty high up there. But now Rick speaks corporate.
I think they must send him to some like
corporate school.
Yeah,
you got to go to corporate buzzword
learn
school.
These. Yeah.
But Rick is fluent in corporate buzzwords now,
Man,
and
probably
like
because that's his life.
But when he worked for me, he was normal talker.
Right
now, you go up there and he's like, "Let's take this offline, Mayor. We'll tackle the low hanging fruit." I'm like, "What the fuck?
Come on.
Like, what are you talking about, dude?" Like, yeah, it's corporate buzzwords.
Synergies.
Synergies, yeah, it's synergies. And
someone said synergy on the stage, by the way. I remember. So
I, for one, am glad you haven't lost yourself.
No,
yeah.
no, I'm never going to
still
speak
you.
like that. I'm never going to speak like that.
You get on in these meetings, and you're like,
so we're going to do a corporate buzzword thing at the end of this.
all right, good.
Yeah,
good,
I'm going to tell you the buzzword, and you guys have to
and
tell
the
me.
real meaning.
You guys have to translate it.
All right,
right.
Jill,
Okay.
get ready.
I can't wait.
But yeah, so that panel was a good panel. It was like what, 400 people probably in the audience.
Oh yeah, it was packed. Every seat was sold. Governor, like you said, the governor started it off, and it's fireside chat. We got some clips actually of your answers to some of these questions. The first one has to do about kind of just they wanted a Bears update, and they were like, "We know you can't talk about the site, but tell us what you see what's going to happen up there."
And by the way, the Bears were in the audience.
Yeah,
they had people that are making sure we don't say anything stupid. So
I'm very on you, or what?
yeah.
She was looking at me the whole time.
The
She's
red
like,
dot was like on Tom's like shirt somewhere.
Yeah,
and he's
right.
like, "All right, I got."
I looked at her and she was like, did one of those to me. Like, I'm looking at you, Mayor. I was like, oh shit, So yeah, we had the Bears in the audience, and I get asked questions, and so
here's Tom's answer.
Yeah.
Stadium. I'm excited about the concerts that are going to come. National championships, Final Fours, that kind of stuff that comes to new dome stadiums. The development, sort of like I watched Rosemont around O'Hare grow up. One day we're driving out there, it's a bunch of fields, and then you come out there 10 years later, and it's just all blown up. I think that's what we're talking about. I call it Bearsville, but that's what I see forming around the stadium, and I think that's a real positive for Northwest Indiana, for the construction and building trades, for all the people that are going to be employed there. And I think the biggest challenge we face in Northwest Indiana is very consistent. It's the fact that all of our government units have been cut into so many small pieces. It's not as complicated in Porter County as it is in Lake County, but we have 19 competing government units in Lake County, and we're not always on the same page. And then when you're talking about financing a multi-billion-dollar project and trying to get everybody on the same page, that's not so easy. And we do see some pushback in Lake County, but I'm starting to see some pushback in Porter County. And I think that, we need to keep in mind that 10 years from now, there's going to be little kids from Portage that drive to Hammond every day to work in the new Bear Stadium. I honestly believe that. And I don't think this stadium is going to be limited to Hammond residents. It's going to be a major job generator, and it's going to affect Porter County in a positive way, just like it's going to affect Lake County in a positive way. And I think the way the state financed this is really smart. The people that use the stadium are going to be the ones that pay for it. But I think that's definitely our biggest challenge, is getting all the municipalities on the same page. So.
I was out there in Porter County, keep in mind, and that is where some of the opposition is forming towards the food and beverage tax that the state wants Porter County to pass to help pay for the stadium. So I'm out there in enemy territory, so to speak, talking about a great project and trying to relate how it is going to affect you all in a positive manner. There is going to be kids from Portage and Valparaiso that gets jobs with the Bears, and
I saw Mayor Costas was there from Valpo, and I think he's been a supporter of the.
He has.
Yeah, he understands it. I think he's been around a while. He's been around enough to know that this does have a positive impact throughout the region.
The next part was talking about like the Hammond Bears shirts that are coming out and the Hammond Bear hats. And we all are very aware that the Bears are going to be called the Chicago Bears. But I sort of addressed that.
Yeah, here we go. This is a clip about kind of like Hammond pride.
Everybody realizes Hammond literally touches Chicago. All the, just the pride that I've seen in Northwest Indiana with the Hammond Bears. We all know it's not going to be called the Hammond Bears, but just what I'm trying to explain to Kevin when he sees these shirts, it's just the pride. The region's embraced this. The region's proud. Hammond has become cool. I always thought Hammond was cool, but I feel like there's a lot more people that think that way with me now. And I have noticed a lot of different phone calls that are coming, different types of economic development opportunities that are presenting themselves because I think of the publicity at the stadium. So,
I was Kevin Warren I was talking about, not you, Kevin.
I knew that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
Thank you.
That. I knew you knew that
For explaining that to me.
No, if I say Kevin, people just assume Kevin and I are like married. So
I thought you were talking about Kevin Smith.
Did you
on that panel
right
with the governor?
If I say Kevin, Jill, is it safe to assume most people assume I'm talking about this guy?
Yes,
I think
if
that's
it's
right.
Kevin being worried about something.
Well, it's funny
also,
because
it's Kevin Smith.
There you go.
I heard about that happening when you were at the State House in like before the legislative panel, and you were like, "Oh yeah, Kevin, blah blah blah," and I can't remember who it was. It was somebody from up here in the region. And I was like, God, I kept thinking he was talking about you, and he was talking about Kevin Warren.
Right.
There's a new Kevin in
There
town.
is a new Kevin in my life.
Much more important than me.
That's the show title. There's a new Kevin in my life.
There's a new Kevin in Tom's life, and he likes him. He likes him a lot more.
Yeah. And then, so keep in mind, no, the governor stays. The governor stays for the whole fireside chat. I mean, well, the panel
And
that we're
this,
on.
yeah.
No, he was in the fireside chat, but usually the governor bounces because they're super busy, obviously, and he's got the next place to go to. But the governor, I was painfully aware he was watching our entire session. It was an hour long.
And he was. And by the way, we weren't seated at my table where I was at with a lot of other Hammond officials. We were not far from the governor's table. I think we were like 2 away. And once in a while you're catching. He's sitting there, so he catches your eye. He was engaged. He wasn't like on his phone.
Right.
He was listening. He was engaged the whole time, which
I
thought was good.
I was aware of that also because I kept glancing over. I'm like, this guy's not going to leave because I was getting asked tough questions, and one of them I got asked was about education, and I think I answered a good way without pissing off the governor because I'm not trying to make the governor mad.
Well, I mean, I don't. To me, and we'll talk about this clip in a second once we get done. I thought it was just a really good, honest answer, and to give the governor some insight as to what is going on in
Places
your
like
community.
Hammond.
Yeah, places
Right.
like Hammond. That
when it comes to education,
he needs to hear it. Right.
I hope he was listening, and I was trying to say it without being a dick. So tell me if I pulled it off.
You work closely with school districts. What can the high school in particular do to ensure that these new workforce options for diplomas are implemented in a way that students get the opportunity for critical thinking that Gus is talking about?
I think it really depends on what type of community you live in when you answer this question. And where I live, it's a poorer community. I mean, we don't have as many options as maybe a Valparaiso resident does. And then what I've noticed is, which is worrisome, is some of the communities that need education the most, I would count my community amongst them. I think education is super important. Obviously, I went to law school. And then you see communities like Hammond turning down referendums, which is a head scratcher. And you see thriving communities like Valparaiso approving referendums. And I don't know in the long term if this is a good trajectory because, sometimes, if I have an unpopular sanitary district rate increase I have to implement and it's being forced upon me by the federal government, I don't go to the general population and let them vote on that issue because the general population doesn't know what's going on in the sanitary district and they don't realize it's mandated. And yet, with education, which I think is just as important, we go to the public and say, hey, do you want this tax increase? And quite frankly, most people don't want a tax increase. And I think that's worrisome. And I think my community is one of those communities that's stuck in this rut that, no, we're not going to say yes to a referendum, but I think in certain cases it's important. And I'm worried about that. And I have enough problems on my own side of the fence, so I try to stay out of the education, but I do notice that's happening in communities that need education the most, and I think that's something we need to pay attention to.
That was
very well said.
Diplomatic, right?
Yeah, I thought it was a great answer actually. And at first when we were doing pre-show, I was like, I don't think I got that school answer, and I'm glad I got it because here's the thing, right? You've talked about this a bit, and it's so true. In Indiana, we've created this system like Tom was talking about in that thing with referendums where you have education haves and have-nots, right? And you've got, like when you see in the news that Carmel High School, which, the average income in Carmel is well over $100,000 or, it's got to be right there. And they're passing referendum after referendum to the point where they've just opened a indoor sports practice facility that is better than most D2 or D1 college football teams. And then you've got, areas like, and by the way, so when they're saying, oh, it's going to be another $100 on your taxes, everybody in Carmel's like, what's $100? And then you go to Hammond and you say, I want to pass a referendum that's going to be $100 on your tax, and everyone's like,
to pay teachers.
Yeah, to pay teachers and to keep keep schools open and things like that. And everyone's like, man, $100, I don't know if I can make it work.
Right.
And it's much more of a personal, like, oh my God, I don't know, this is more money to me than it is to the person down
Or
in
what we
Carmel.
see in Hammond is big landlords that have hundreds of properties get really involved because for them, that $100 per property is a lot of money.
Yep.
So they get involved and they poison the well. And they put out like inaccurate, facts about the referendum, and they try to persuade their renters who badly need the education to not vote for it. And I see a lot of that is landlords that are clearly,
we're going to pass this along to you. Your rent's going to go
right,
up.
and they're clearly like they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit
Self-interest.
about the city of Hammond. They don't give a shit about the state of education for the people that live in their homes. They're just being greedy, and we see a lot of that.
Or you have a lot, Hammond has a lot of seniors, and seniors are on fixed incomes, and they don't have any kids in the schools anymore. And
But
that's
they can't
another
afford
reason to
the
vote. Yeah, they
$100
can't.
as
Yeah,
well.
it's a
Right.
big deal. So again, the system is setting up a haves and have-nots, and as you pointed out, you're kind of in this rut where you need, education's important to poorer communities, yet you can't get that referendum to make education get funded as if it's important.
The school city hasn't even put forward a referendum in
No, not since
over 4 or 5 years.
not since the
They're
other
not
one
even
got
trying.
beat.
It's like they assume it's going to get beat, so they didn't even try. And so they're basically just living off of
Peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, closing schools, things like that.
All right. I'm going to give you guys the buzzword.
Oh,
And you translate it to English. Okay. All right. So first off, let's circle back. What does that mean?
Revisit.
Yeah, we don't want to deal with this right now.
I'm ending this conversation. Right? Like, let's circle back about this tomorrow, right? All right.
like we're done.
Okay. All right. Let's take this offline.
Talk later by ourselves.
Talk about it privately. Yeah.
Yeah, stop embarrassing me, basically. It's like, stop doing this. Stop talking in front of other people. Okay. Low-hanging fruit. What does that mean?
Easy-
Let's tackle
easy
the
stuff.
low-hanging fruit first, right?
Yeah.
Easy things.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly. All right, how about this? I don't know if that really moves the needle.
Oh,
This
that-
is good
I hate that
buzzword.
one.
That's good buzzword.
I hate
Effective.
that
It's
one.
not effective.
What does it mean?
Like this isn't as exciting. This isn't exciting, or it doesn't improve things, or
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Doesn't accomplish anything.
All
Good
right,
job.
there you go.
Okay. I don't have the bandwidth for this.
I'm too busy. That's how I see
That's
it.
time, right?
Time, yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. how about-
Energy, effort.
John, do you have the bandwidth for a podcast?
yeah, right. I don't have the bandwidth for many more of these.
I'm running on empty.
Yeah.
Break will be
Didn't-
nice.
Today's show didn't move the needle.
Yeah.
All right, how about this one? How about this one? Let's unpack that. That's a good buzzword.
Let's unpack that. Like
How do we get here?
Like it's just too much to deal with.
like that's going to be a long discussion or something like
Yeah.
that, or
This says, I disagree, but I'm trying to sound nice.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
Let's
I can
unpack
see
that.
Yeah.
It's
Like, you're
like
making
you
no
say something
sense, so you
all
better
right, Jill,
explain
let's
it some
unpack
more."
that. Like, I don't agree at all. I think,
Let's
you know.
unpack that.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
How about this? Boil the ocean. Don't boil the ocean.
I've never heard of
Never heard of it.
I never have either.
Ne-
but
don't-
we're not in corporate America.
Don't boil the ocean. Let's work that
Let's
into
not,
today's.
let's not boil the ocean.
Oh,
Make it
like it's
a
hard,
federal
really
case
hard, or
something.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
really hard to
You're
do.
making it way too complicated.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Let's parking lot that.
No.
Let's
Ignore
parking
it.
lot that.
Yeah. This is
Get rid of
buzzword.
it,
No,
or
just ignore it.
let's parking lot that.
Let's
John.
never discuss that again. That's what it means.
Put it in the parking lot.
Oh,
That's
this is a
weird.
good one. All right. We got to leverage our synergies.
Dude, I don't even know it. That's
That is
ridiculous.
total corporate lingo.
When I hear synergies, I'm just like,
leverage
dude,
our synergies.
Like, what?
What does that
Like
mean?
take advantage of our strengths.
Yeah.
Or whatever we have in
I don't know.
common.
Okay,
Okay,
Things
this
we
is
have
what
in
it says.
common.
I'm just reading what it says. We have no idea yet. It's like basically anybody that's got a clue, let's leverage those clues together, right?
that's funny.
We got to leverage our synergies. Yeah, we have no fucking clue what's going on.
So you say
there.
that when you just want to look cool.
Yeah, we got to leverage our synergies, and we'll get back to you, boss.
Dude, kill me now.
Yeah. Try to work out. Let's go to a meeting where every one of these is worked into.
We are gonna.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. That's our North Star.
Someone said
Goal?
that recently. Like that's like our goal, like our primary
shooting
purpose,
for,
or
That's our
Yeah.
goal. Good
Our
job.
goal. Okay,
Good
good
job.
job, Jill.
All right, we're gonna do a deep dive into this.
yeah, just look into it more.
Longer meeting.
Yeah.
Dig into it.
Sounds like another meeting about nothing.
Yeah, right. That means the meeting's gonna be longer than we're gonna do a deep dive during that meeting. It's
That's
like,
when everyone's like,
shit.
"Oh God."
All right, let's touch base on that tomorrow.
Revisit.
Another meeting.
Yeah, another way to say another meeting.
All right, there you go.
Corporate buzzwords. Anything in chat, John? Anybody else got any great?
Fireside chats.
Oh, fireside chat.
Fireside
That's
chat.
a term, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
I guess it's just a small discussion.
I have fireside chats.
Fireside chat's like what the governor did, 1-on-1.
Yeah, fireside chat with the governor.
Here's a fireside
There was no
chat picture
fireside.
right now.
Yeah,
There was no
I
fire
don't-
there.
there was no
This
I
is a
fire.
think
great
like
picture.
was it Roosevelt that would do those?
Yes.
That's what I think.
Literally,
When I hear
and
It was
that.
on the radio.
Fireside.
Yeah.
He would literally be in front of. Well, you would be in front of a fire, listening on your radio to Roosevelt, who would talk to you. Right. That was the original fireside chat, right, Joe? Mm-hmm. Good job.
Look at this pic.
What are you talking about here about leveraging synergies?
Yeah,
I was
your
leveraging-
hands. Are you saying, Governor,
Dude.
we need to leverage our
Look at the governor's
synergies?
face when I'm there. He's like truly excited to see me.
He's laughing at what you're doing with your hands.
He's like,
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
yeah. No, so I walk up to the governor, and I tell you, it's just like we have like a good relationship now. It's crazy. He was like, Mayor, and I sat there and talked. Tom Dockich is in that. Tony Ferraro's governor's chief. I don't know if
He's like
one-
the district guy.
district
up here,
director,
right? Mhm.
like the region's district director for the governor. And then it's Mayman Powers in the background
Yeah.
there. Powers Construction just got done working on the Obama Presidential Library. It was nice to see Mayman
So
there.
cool.
So, and then I grabbed my brother and brought him into that circle too. And then Aaron talked to the governor for like, let's just call it a few minutes. Snapped a picture of it. Aaron blasted that all over for Latitude. He's like,
He's a good marketer.
I talked to the governor today about commercial property in Northwest Indiana. So it was a good
Nice.
picture for Aaron.
Smart.
I know, man. Like Aaron's a mover and shaker. So, but yeah, it was nice to see the governor. It was nice to see everybody in the region. I was really happy that they invited me because I don't get invited to those things very often.
It was a nice event.
I don't know the buzzwords. Like,
Yeah, now you do.
Rick Klinsky came up after. He's like, "You got to do this more." I'm like, "Dude, I don't get invited to these things. It's not like I could
You
just
need to
show up
leverage
and
your
do this."
synergies.
You need to leverage your synergies. Stop boiling the ocean there, Tom. Like,
Do you want to get invited to those things? Though?
I did. It was nice. I felt like I was a bigwig.
Would you want to do those like once a quarter,
that's
once
it. Yeah,
once a
like-
month,
Once a quarter.
once a
Yeah,
quarter? Okay,
it's good for me, and plus I get more material to bring back to the show. We could talk about stuff.
True.
And so we can take it offline and talk a little bit more. Tackle the low hanging fruit.
Oh
and
man,
truly move the needle.
my blood
you know?
pressure is going up.
I'm gonna
think.
need you to parking lot that.
Yeah,
I like it.
nice.
Thank
Good.
you.
You got him, Jill.
Yeah, I
Got him.
appreciate
You
it.
got the words down.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the corporate world, this was another big, and you've been talking about this kind of thing for so long, Tom. This is another big victory for the state of Indiana and the city of Hammond.
Yeah, we
This
had
is even in the front page, above the fold on the Times today. Pick Up and Move is the name of the story.
$25 million development coming from South Holland, Illinois, relocating their corporate headquarters, their national headquarters, their crane company to Hammond, Indiana. USGO Cranes, welcome to Hammond. 100 high-quality jobs are moving to the community, boosting the local workforce and the economic base. Over the next 2.5 years, they're going to be taking what was non-functional property. It was basically, we used it for the Hammond Sanitary District, generated zero income for the tax base, and now we're going to be bringing a $25 million piece of property online.
Yeah, really cool. The Marks family seems to be a really good family.
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
nice family. And it was the dad founded the company, maybe grandpa even, and the son is now running it. And Ryan did a great job yesterday. There's a picture of Tony Ferraro again.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a priest?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was
Yeah.
a Lutheran
Reverend. Yeah.
minister.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
it's from St. Paul's in Munster.
Yeah.
He gave the prayer. He
Nice
even gets
guy.
to hold one of the shovels, kind of. And then the cool thing about this, by the way, I thought was they talked about the fact that they have they're so excited about making Indiana their home.
Oh, yeah.
And
They're going to save hundreds of thousands of dollars every year by locating to Hammond. I mean, who doesn't do, in Illinois, you're stuck. They think you're never going to move your headquarters. You're never going to move this big building of yours. And if they do, they'll literally save six figures every year, and they'll be here for 20, 30, 40 years, and that'll be millions and millions of dollars.
And they're
just to move.
And they're in the shadow of Meats by Lynn's, which is another a company that literally moved like 2 miles from across the border and saved millions of dollars. Another big connection you can see. Jack Farina right in there, right?
219 Development.
219 Development,
Bauer
Construction.
Yeah.
We're part of this, which so, again, really
219
cool.
Development was with this project for a long time. This project fell apart because it was another location, and we had to choose. We chose another a school, actually, on the original location that USCO Cranes was looking at, and they were devastated. It was a tough decision. I was sad about it because I didn't want to lose this company, but I thought education was more important at that location. 219 Development rallied, kept USCO on the hook. We found another location. We made it happen. So 219 Development, Bauer Construction is going to be building it. We have USCO Cranes, $25 million plus coming to Hammond with 100 new high-paying jobs. So,
and again, and just 219 Development and Bauer Construction, Jack Farino, Rob Farino, those guys are Illinois guys that moved. Yeah, they moved.
Good point.
They moved to Hammond as well.
Yeah,
so
saving tens of thousands of dollars every year on just the property taxes.
Moved his whole family, moved his business. So there you go. Things are happening.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I appreciate 219 Development and Bauer Construction. They're right over my left-hand shoulder for sticking with us in Hammond and getting that deal done. So
let's do some ads. Come back. We're going to do a little bit of a World Cup update, a really exciting World Cup update for me and John. And
I can't
then
wait.
we're gonna talk about a little bit about a couple other things, and then we're gonna get to our guest Robert Fassam in the third segment.
Cool. Powering Indiana Lake County is our premier and studio sponsor. Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Powering Indiana Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We're creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Powering Indiana Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-5544-LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
The Bug Guys Pest Control, Hammond, where the wind off Lake Michigan hits harder than a Bears goal line stand in December. Traffic on the Borman feels like a full-blown blitz. The Bug Guys are your hometown pest defense, knocking out ants like they're clocking in for a long shift at the fire station, kicking roaches off your kitchen counter like they tried cutting through Calumet Avenue at 5 p.m., and sending spiders out of your basement faster than a plow truck on the first big snowfall. Because around here, if it crawls, buzzes, or bites, it's playing on the wrong field, and the Bug Guys bring that monster midway energy straight to your home. Bear down, bugs out. The Bug Guys Pest Control, 219-810-7481.
Calumet Brewing, this Bud's for you. For 150 years, Budweiser has been farmed, brewed, bottled, and enjoyed across America. Thanks to hardworking Americans and the highest quality American farmed ingredients, we're not just made in America, we're made of America. Budweiser is also the official beer of the Chicago Cubs, who will be celebrating alongside their 150th anniversary this season. Go Cubs, go. Enjoy beers and cheers to 150 years responsibly.
For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard and serving all your insurance needs. Prestmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you. Hablamos Español.
Thanks to our sponsors,
including Byway Brewing.
Yeah. I was there yesterday at dinner.
All right, read it, Joe.
Off the charts.
No, just go fresh. Give us the you went there.
Oh, we had one more. I'm
That's
sorry.
All right, do it.
Sorry.
No, talk about it.
Give
We'll
it
do
the
it this
first
way.
hand, yeah.
No, I got the Executioner. Oh God, I
man.
love that. It's so good, man. It's such a great restaurant. Sorry, Joe. I didn't
No,
mean
you're
to-
good. Bywaybrewing.beer.
That's it.
Yeah,
I like
no,
it.
it was.
Go there. Eat
Marissa
it.
and I went there. She got the tacos. It was Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. What,
They have
Taco
like
Thursday.
Yep.
Taco Thursday. I got the Executioner. I just love the food at Byway. It's
I
honestly,
have never had a bad meal there. Literally.
I think besides the beer, I think Byway is one of the best restaurants in Hammond.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's
Not that the beer is bad, by the way.
you can't get poutine.
The poutine there is
You
good
can't-
too, by the way.
Yeah, it's
Can't
really
get one
good.
anywhere else.
What is poutine? Is that like a French
Canadian.
Canadian?
Yeah, I'm going
Really?
Canadian.
Really?
I think
Seems
it's
more hearty.
French.
Wow, French or
Really?
I
Canadian.
got
French.
it.
How about
French Canadian?
I got it in
Canadian?
Montreal.
How about French Canadian?
Wouldn't that be
Little French
wouldn't that be
Canadian
I
accent?
got it in Victoria in Canada.
I
No,
you can get it in New
Montreal's
Orleans
big
too,
French.
which
Yeah.
makes sense, right? New Orleans
Yeah.
has poutine, right?
Yeah.
Right, because I got it down there.
Poutine.
French.
I mean, everybody can
French.
make poutine at this point. Like,
Poutine is not from France. It is a French Canadian dish.
bam!
Son of a
Kevin, you
Nice.
know too much.
Yeah.
Like,
Nice.
give it a
Jill.
break, dude.
Jill got
Go,
it.
Jill.
No, I thought Kevin
No,
said
Jill
French
did.
Canadian. You said French
Well,
Canadian?
Jill said Canadian. I said French Canadian.
So
Anyway.
congratulations. Fucking smarties.
Go get some poutine at Byway.
Whoa, whoa, John.
Am I not
Okay.
saying it right?
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Didn't we got a thing that says Belgium beats USA and the world rejoices?
Yeah.
We're just because that was a Monday game, right? So
It was. We
did
talked
Tuesday,
about it a
yeah.
little bit. Yeah, it was just
because
that
it was
there-
like a whooping, man. It
Yeah.
wasn't even close. Like 4-1, and football is like 35-3.
I agree with that. Yeah,
in American
sure.
football, right?
I'm
it
with
was
you.
like because Morocco lost to France
2-0.
2-0, and that was a blowout, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to come back from 2 goals after, like, let's say the
Right.
80th minute, unless you're Argentina, which did. But,
Right.
you know, like, yeah, it's not a
Right.
easy
They're
comeback.
fixed. It's fixed for them.
That's right. For them, it's fixed.
fine.
But like
Um,
what I'm saying is 4-1.
yeah,
just
it's a
shows
whooping.
that America is a long
Wasn't
way
ready.
to go.
And
if
that was
we're gonna
against
compete.
Belgium. So since that
And Belgium's
time,
going to lose to Spain.
you
right?
would. That's
From
the
what I-
that's
from
the
what I
that's the
understand.
going talk,
Really?
right?
That's the going talk. I agree.
So and that's today, by the way, Spain, Belgium. But
I'm
here,
betting Belgium because they're in our list of people who listen to the podcast.
Yeah, man,
Oh.
Let's not
we
forget
were
that.
the
It'd be- it would
top-rated
be an
podcast
upset.
in Belgium. They kicked our ass.
So
I'm with Belgium too, John.
But I was glad that, in a way, I was kind of like, even though the reinstating of the red card was bullshit, right? The Balogun getting him back on the team was kind of bullshit as far as like soccer, you know, it goes. I thought it was, in a way, now that the U.S. lost, I'm like, thank God you don't have to hear like Trump and everybody else say like, oh, if
we
they
had
would
our
have put
best
him back
player,
in,
we would have
won.
Right.
Like it's like, okay, he
Yeah.
was in and you still
They're
got your
like, here,
ass
take
kicked.
your best player. You're still going to get spanked
Correct.
by Belgium, right?
And I think that's why I put like Belgium beats USA and the world rejoices, because I think you want to talk about USA versus the world. Everyone's like, fuck the USA. They got this red card reversed. But so this is James Corden. He does a really good job on Fox after the World Cup every night. Or I don't know if he's still doing it. But this was him talking about what happened in the Belgian locker room after the victory.
Belgium knocked the US out of the tournament with a 4-1 heartbreaker. Now, lots of people were very, very upset about Trump's involvement with the red card that was rescinded. Well, revenge is sweet because Belgium won the game and then they celebrated with Trump's famous YMCA dance. Look at this.
Wow.
I mean, I saw this. Credit to them, but they're not even doing it right.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're gonna do it, it's up here.
Yeah.
It's up here. It's always up here.
Yeah.
You can't be down here. You got to be up here. That's how it is.
It's like James. I think there's a reason why they're not doing it up there.
Well, you got to do it up here.
Yeah,
If you
right.
want, why?
It's like you're
What's
jerking
wrong
two
with
dudes
this?
off, right?
What are you talking about? No. You're
You're in a hot dog buffet.
You're at a hot dog party.
You're in a hot dog buffet.
I forgot who said that. He said Trump's dance looks like he's jerking two guys off. Was that Bill Maher?
I think it was
Hot dog
Aaron.
party.
Aaron
Yeah.
McDermott.
What's that?
I think it was Aaron.
It was? No, it was a famous comedian. I remember. I think it was Bill Maher.
Well, there's 2 games left. Three matches left. Spain, Belgium today. This is to get to
What do
the
you mean
final
3
four. To
games
get to the
left?
final 4.
Okay.
Right, so we're in the quarters right now. So we already know France beat Morocco, so they're in. They're one of the 4 teams. Spain's playing Belgium today. I think we agreed Spain's the favorite, but we've got some Belgian rooters here.
Because we were the top-rated podcast in Belgium for quite a while.
Good point.
Yeah.
We have to root for our fans.
Yeah.
I think they were just top-rated listeners. I think it was
Come on,
the other
John.
way
Don't,
around.
don't.
We started off every show for like 3
Correct.
seasons said we're Belgium's top-rated podcast.
That's right.
We got to pull for Belgium.
Okay.
All right. We're Belgian fans here.
Okay.
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. local time and Central Time is Norway, England in Miami, which is going to be phenomenal.
Man.
And at 8 p.m. local Central Time, Argentina, Switzerland, and Kansas City.
Okay.
Which, do you want to break the news here? Or do you want to just wait till
So
Tuesday?
on like Wednesday night, John, myself, and Juan Soto have this like soccer text chain that we've used for years, not just this year. It's been for years, right, John?
And
Like,
it's mainly been about we got to plan when we're going to a World Cup game. Which we spent years never doing that. And
Correct.
now on Wednesday, when it's almost over, Kevin's like, hey, guys, it turns out I'm free after all. Do you guys want to go to a game?
Kevin's famous for that shit, dude. He won't commit to anything until a day and a half before.
Dude.
Like, we got a camping trip. We're like, he's like, he famously doesn't take a position on it. He'll take a position 36 hours
got
before.
things going on sometimes. But I didn't have to go to Bloomington, which was great. And I was like, hey, let's do this. And then I was like, let me check the flights. And they were, I would say, 5 times what they were 2 weeks ago.
I wonder why, Kevin.
Yep. And then
because you waited till 36 hours
yes,
before.
true,
right?
true. Yeah. So then we decided we're going to road trip it. 8 hours.
You're driving to
8 hours tomorrow morning.
Why don't you guys go to Miami? It's way better in Kansas City.
Well, I don't know if we could pull that
Norway
off.
versus England. That's
I think
a good
tickets
game.
are like $5,000
It's crazy.
or something.
Yeah.
That
how
would
much
be an
how much
awesome
are the
game.
tickets to Argentina, Switzerland?
The lowest ones right now are about $1,200. It was $2,000 a couple days ago.
How much are your tickets?
We don't have tickets yet. I have a free QR code to the fan. The
You're
fan
gonna
fest.
scalp when you get down.
We're
You're
still
gonna get 'em
figuring it out.
scalped?
We don't know what's happening.
Nobody scalps anymore, right?
No,
I don't know.
No, you can't scalp anymore.
I'm putting on a yellow vest and I'm holding a ladder and I'm going to try and walk in and
That's a
say,
good idea, dude. That's a great idea.
I have to go fix a light bulb.
Yeah. I like that idea.
I mean,
Hold on,
I
you
don't-
guys don't have fucking tickets yet?
No,
Not yet, not yet.
I can't pull the
Are you
trigger on it
freaking-
yet.
No.
What are you talking
That
about?
sounds right.
It's a lot of money.
36 hours before.
That sounds right.
I don't know, man.
working on it.
I mean, I figured I'd go to the watch party at least.
Dude, you spent $1,000 to see the Dead. I know you have. And you
Yeah.
won't spend $1,000 to see a
I'm
World
just
Cup
hoping the
game.
tickets
And you're driving
go down a little
Hold
bit.
it, you're driving fucking 8 hours. You don't even have a
and
good.
8 hours back.
What the fuck is the matter with you guys?
That's
Me?
That's Midwest shit.
Yeah, dude.
Don't involve
I would
us.
do that.
It's not like
I would
Kansas
drive
City's
8
close.
hours.
Credit
I would
to-
drive 8 hours.
I would fly. I don't give a fuck.
Credit
You're
to
not
Juan-
a Midwest person.
Credit to Juan.
I'm fine. I grew up in California. There's no fucking way I'm driving to Kansas City. Like, no fucking way. It's an
Oh,
8-hour
that's
drive.
easy. 8 hours easy.
Yeah, we're gonna be
nothing.
fine.
Whose
It's
car?
nothing.
We don't know yet.
You should take my
That
rig.
we're
That
not
is
sure.
That
Take
is
my
a-
rig.
Well, I don't
Rich
know
is
where
like,
we park
"What?"
it though. I don't know where. That's a very expensive rig for us to just decide where we're going to put it in Kansas City in the middle of a melee.
No, but truthfully, we don't even have a car lined up.
No, we were going to take John's and it's in the shop. So now I don't know what we're going to do.
John's new car.
I got to give Juan credit though. He like pulled the trigger right away. He's like, I got a ticket.
Dude, what is the matter with you two?
So Juan's got a ticket. So there's 3 of us driving. Juan is inside the stadium. 2 of us, we don't know where we're going
we
to
have
be.
our- what do
Basically,
you mean we have
Juan's chauffeurs. So that he can go to the game. And you guys are his buddies. You're gonna,
Let's
we're
start
going to
a
hang with
GoFundMe.
you. We'll drive you down there, Juan. You can go watch a game, and then we'll drive you home.
We do have a free QR code for the watch party entry though. Tom's looking at me like.
By the way,
"You are out of
they
your
asked me if
mind."
I wanted to go. I'm like, you want to go on a 16-hour road trip with us?
on,
Do you have
man.
tickets? No, we don't have tickets. No.
We're going to figure it out. All right.
I'm fucking
gonna be an
exhausted.
adventure.
I literally, last night, I was exhausted. And then I finally got a good night's sleep. And you're asking me if I want to go on a 16-hour road
with
trip.
3 other guys.
Right before the Festival of the Lakes. Yeah.
I
To
think
watch
we-
a sport you don't like.
And we don't have tickets to.
No,
by the
no,
way.
not that he doesn't like. He's starting to get it. He
I can
said.
watch
Yeah,
it.
He likes it.
But I'm not spending $1,500 on that. I mean, I would
See?
do that for football. Like if it's Notre Dame, yeah, Notre Dame playoff game, I'm all day.
So
But
that's
I'm
where
not driving my ass there. I'm freaking flying like a regular person.
That's where I'm at, Tom. I'm new to this sport.
Uh-huh.
And to me, when it was $2,000 a ticket, no way.
Right.
Now it's coming down quite a bit, so I'm interested.
I think we
definitely
should
do
have
it.
Lockpod pay for John's. And
We're
to
going
do
to
a
cover
vlog.
it. We're going to vlog it for sure, no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All
we
right,
got to
we'll
work
do
this
it.
out.
Do
We
it.
got to
Get
figure
on
this out
Steve.
today.
Get on Steve.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
Anyways, we have
Jill and I are in a cold.
I'm going to a concert in 2 weeks. You gonna pay for my shit too?
Yeah, let's go.
Are you
Cover it on
going to
the
vlog
podcast,
it? We can't
yeah.
even get you in the photo here. I mean, I'll
I'll take a video for you. Jesus.
She
That all it takes?
refuses to have the cameras.
Yeah.
Is she even on the show?
I'll send you some audio of the concert.
I'll send you one picture.
All right, our guest is waiting.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
do it. Can we do one real quick? Can we play this video of Donald Trump yesterday talking about what's going on in Iran? And
Yes.
this is great. And then we're going to go to ads and come back with our guest, Richard Fassam.
I told this story yesterday. We had 111 missiles shot by the Islamic Republic of Japan. They were shot at the aircraft carrier
Play that again, John.
Yeah.
by the Islamic Republic of Japan.
Whoa.
There you go.
They changed their government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a lot of Muslims in Japan.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do some ads. And like they said, we have guest Richard Fassam waiting in the green room. So, well, is that, well, he's
Sure.
on, he's
The
online.
virtual green
Hopefully
room.
he is.
Virtual.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start off with Tortillas Nuevo Leon, which sets the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Okay.
Song.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia, de todo corazón.
219 Development and Bauer Construction, a longtime friend of the show and premier studio sponsor. This powerhouse duo represents two outstanding companies deeply invested in building and supporting our hometowns. 219 Development and Bauer Construction. 219 Development is focused on smart, responsible redevelopment across Northwest Indiana, and Bauer Construction is the boots-on-the-ground team that brings those visions to life. These aren't just builders, they're community partners. If you want to build something meaningful in the region or wherever your vision takes you, start with 219 Development and Bauer Construction. Call to reach Jack at 219-268-8484.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com for tailored assistance. Don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 40-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltensberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
If you're listening, Rick, you got to come to Kansas City. The branding room floor. Don't let your
You
business...
don't need a ticket, Rick.
No, he said he's getting them. Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. The branding room floor in Northwest Indiana's best full-time, full-service marketing agency, providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, the branding room floor will set your business or organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Including our studio sponsor, Powering Indiana, Lake County.
I'd like to introduce Richard Fassam-Wright, a former EU and United Nations diplomat with nearly 40 years of experience in foreign policy, security, and humanitarian affairs. Having lived and served in Russia across two very different eras, he brings firsthand insight into Russia, Ukraine, global politics, and what democracy looks like under pressure. Welcome to LockPod, Richard Fassam. Thank you, sir.
Richard. He was there.
He was there.
As Tom was introing him, his screen went
Nope.
black.
There he is. He's coming back.
Richard.
All right,
Come on,
I see his
Richard.
name. I see his name.
It must be, there's that big cable that goes under the Atlantic Ocean between here and London.
I think Putin
cut it.
He has something to do with this.
Oh, boy. Richard, are you with us?
I know. He'll be
I'm
fine.
with you. Sorry.
Oh.
Hey,
All
hear you,
right.
Richard. How
There
you
he
doing,
is.
sir?
We hear
Welcome
that-
to
we-
LockPod.
We hear that
Richard
English
Fassam.
accent. We hear you.
How you doing?
Good, sir. How you doing? Welcome to LockPod.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, sir. So you're in London currently, right?
Yeah. A heat wave.
Oh, really?
Heat wave in London.
So what does that mean temperature-wise? And I need you to convert it to Fahrenheit.
No. Well, no. We yesterday was about 95, 96, something like that.
Wow.
It's really hot.
Whoa.
Today
Yeah.
is about 93. It's really hot. It's
And-
unusual.
Any
It's
air
really
conditioning?
No.
Holy cow. You know, a lot of Europeans are going around America right now, and they're experiencing air conditioning and ice in their drinks, and they really like it, sir. I don't know.
No, there are a lot of people visiting America, obviously for the football, but no, actually, I mean, I think more and more homes are going to have to get it, including ours, because it just gets unbearable. Actually,
Yeah.
And the summers are getting hotter, I hear.
yeah,
in Europe,
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you're going to watch the match. Is it today, the match with England?
Tomorrow.
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 Yeah. You excited about that?
Yeah, I am. I think, I mean, on paper, England should win, but I mean, you never know. I mean, they've got some good players, Norway. But I think the French I was just saying earlier, I think the French are the best team, actually.
Really?
I'd be surprised if they don't win. They've got some really great players.
What'd you think about that whole Donald Trump inserting himself into the red card situation? Were you a fan of that,
this
Richard?
is good. We're gonna get a real good answer from a football fan.
I don't think it was didn't reflect very well on, actually, not so much on Trump, but on FIFA. I mean, they just should just stick to the rules, because it just opens a box for everybody else to try and get special treatment. I think it was a mistake. Actually, I don't think it did the US team any good finally, did it? I mean, they seem to be a bit destabilized by it, but they did well. They did well, the US team, but I don't think they were ever going to win it, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I think we're still far away from winning it. I mean, okay, so like we had this discussion the other day about the red card, and don't worry, we're going to get to global politics in a minute. But now that we've got like a real Englishman on the show, we can ask a good soccer question. So, how often would you say a red card gets overturned like that? Not necessarily World Cup, but like in general.
No, very rarely. I mean, it does happen. It does happen, but in different circumstances. Where a team can request a review in the English league. To be honest, I mean, I think it was I don't think it was a red card because he didn't mean to obviously challenge him. He was just falling, in a natural way. My own team, Fulham, we had a very similar case to this actually earlier last season, and so, but it was unfortunate, but these things happen in football. It's not a sort of perfect, fair game, and they haven't figured out how to best adjudicate in controversial situations like this. I mean, who's in charge?
Yeah, who's in charge?
I think, anyway. And
all right. Well, live from London. The connection's a little rough, but that's all right. Hopefully, we get Richard.
We'll hang
back.
with you, Richard. We'll hang with you, Richard.
Yeah.
Richard,
can you hear us?
Yeah, if you can hear us, there we go. You got us, Richard?
Live from London.
Our London correspondent.
We'll give him a second to pop back.
Yeah, we'll get
it for sure. So
we started off the interview really well, I have to say. We're like diving hard into football
instead of global politics.
No, but like I like it. We got this opportunity with a guy that knows football.
Obviously,
I don't know anything about football, so like let's ask this guy. That was a good question you asked.
Took advantage.
I'm very proud of you, Kevin.
Thank you. I think just trying to take advantage of it.
It's okay, Richard. You're back. Yeah. It's good to see you.
Let's get into the meat of this interview because we do want to talk a little bit about your history with Russia, Ukraine, and being a diplomat in the EU,
and his book,
and your book, which is called
A Moscow Awakening.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about that. Tell us what your thoughts are about the current state of the Russian-Ukraine war.
Well, I think on the battlefield it appears to be a stalemate. The Ukrainians, to their enormous credit, have almost reinvented the rules of the way in which wars are fought through their use of drones, many of which they manufacture themselves. And the Russians, in principle, have a huge material advantage, but they're not being able to penetrate and get hold of the remaining parts of the Donbass area, and which they want. And the Ukrainians are hanging on, and they need to hold this territory because it leads to a sort of hilly sort of area, which would then, if the Russians were to take it, would give them a straight, literally a plain between that and Kiev. So they need to hang on. I think the Europeans have now given them a big credit line to buy weapons. The Americans are still providing less hardware, but I mean, President Trump announced at the NATO summit that he would allow them to manufacture these Patriot missiles, which is important, and that's the one thing they're really lacking, is a capability to stop ballistic missiles. But I mean, it's incredible. This has gone on longer than the Second World War, involving Russia. I mean, it's just incredible, and I mean, it's just meandering towards a stalemate, I think. I mean, and Ukraine is now irritating the Russians like hell by attacking some of their oil facilities and stuff, quite deep in. There's now fuel shortages, gas shortages for motorists, so it's beginning to have more of an impact on the population. Now, the trouble with Putin is you're dug right into the. I mean, he was the one who started it. How does he get out of it with his honor intact, so to speak, in Russian terms? Very difficult to see. So he just continues. And there's a massive loss of life on both sides, but particularly the Russians, who just throw people into this sort of meat grinder with huge casualties. Just staggering.
Yeah, I had read, the average. So when a Russian is sent to the front line, the average time he is alive is like 10 minutes or something.
What?
It's an insanely tragic number.
I mean, they're sort of supposedly taking sort of 3,000, 3,500 casualties killed and wounded a week.
Oh, wow.
And, it's a huge number. And Putin has not introduced general conscription in Russia, which would be extremely unpopular, because that would then lead to, the drafting of young people from the cities and, from the elite and the intelligentsia, etc., who the last thing they want to do is go and fight in Ukraine. I mean, they've sort of patched together the army from all sorts of different people, particularly from, people from the region.
Yeah, Zelensky said there's 100,000 video confirmed fatalities of Russian soldiers. That they have video of 100,000. Video of 100,000 different Russian soldiers dying by drones.
That's just by drones.
By drones.
Wow.
Yeah, it's certainly more than that if you take the overall numbers. But I mean, it's just leading nowhere. And I think Ukraine, obvious vocation is now to join Europe. Zelensky wants to join NATO, which NATO is sort of having promised it, actually. I mean, some years ago, under the insistence of particularly the US, they've now backtracked, but I mean, they've done an incredible job. I was just saying earlier, I was there in Ukraine in 2019 when Zelensky was elected for the first time, first and only time, because there haven't been elections since. And what was interesting was, that people, they didn't really know who they were voting for, to be perfectly honest. I mean, he was a well-known comedian and an actor, a very articulate sort of guy, but, he didn't really have any well-worked-out policies or anything like that. But what people did know is that they did not want a continuation of the sort of corrupt regime that preceded it, with the man called Poroshenko, who was the president, who was, he was sort of up to lots of skullduggery, corruption, etc. He was a multi-millionaire. And they just threw him out. And, when you actually watch the votes counted in the sort of in a ballot box, which you do as an election observer, the first 20 out of the box was for Zelensky. I mean, there's no doubt that he won.
And you were there for that?
Yeah. I mean, in one area, Cherkasy, it was sort of in the central part. And, I think people just wanted him. They just wanted the other lot out,
The first 20 votes that they counted were for Zelensky. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. Now you can say, well, I don't think there was any evidence. There wasn't any evidence of ballot stuffing or cheating or anything. There just wasn't any, because there was about 1,000 observers around the country, plus other organizations, non-governmental organizations. It was a perfectly free and fair election. No election is perfect, but there was no doubt that he won. And then, of course, 3 years later, we had this the Russian invasion, and there haven't been elections since because of essentially a state of.
Is the feeling in Europe that Europe has? I mean, it's obvious that Europe has taken more of a leadership role since Trump kind of pulled the U.S. back from that role. But is the feeling in Europe that you can see in your experience is that we have to allow this stalemate to continue at the very least, and ultimately get this war over with, or do you believe that the European countries are fine with the war just ongoing and ongoing and ongoing?
No, I think everybody wants to see it ended, because it's not good for security in Europe. It's led to a huge rearmament program in Europe, with the Germans, committing almost 900 billion euros of dollars. I mean, plus other countries, and Trump, quite actually rightly here, the US has insisted that Europe do a lot more and commit to high percentages of their, gross national product to defence. So I don't think we want to go on forever. I think we'd like a more, Russian government that is with whom we can work. When I was in Moscow 26 years ago, when Putin, I just dug this picture out. You might be interested to see. So this was, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
So this was me presenting my diplomatic credentials to the man, the smaller guy, as President Putin.
Wow! Whoa!
Cool.
This was 26 years ago, folks. 26 years ago, and he's still in power. That tells you everything you really need to know. But at the time, the relations were actually not bad. And
what was he like in person? Is he like? It seems like he'd be a real smart person to me.
Yeah, I think he's smart. He was very cautious then because he'd only been in power for months, and he was having to sort of, find his way. So, he was perfectly polite, and we did a lot of events with him, and there were many things. It was President Bush was in charge here in the US at the time, and one of the major things, we had this 300th anniversary bash in St. Petersburg in 2003, where literally all the Western leaders were invited. So you're rubbing shoulders with as an EU ambassador with just everybody was important. I remember walking around the corner of a palace, bumping into Bush, Condi Rice, etc. Because they were all there. But at the time, really, I think there was a genuine feeling that we could build something with Russia, but it all went pear-shaped. 2007, what happened in Georgia was a key moment, and then Putin got very disenchanted with the West and felt he was being treated as a sort of regional power, but not a world power, and it just deteriorated. But when I was there, it wasn't like that. Although one has to say, the first signs that Putin did not like dissent, he challenged some oligarchs. The famous guy was Khodorkovsky, who was jailed for 8 years. Then they went after the press. He got control of the media. He didn't like, media, dissentful media at all. So he just closed them down, basically, or made them into state media. Now all the media in Russia today is basically state controlled or under the control of the state, which was not the case initially, and there were other examples of things sort of top-down pressure. Russia's a very top-down society. We forget in the West, in the US, but also in Western European countries, there's a lot of countervailing power coming up from the bottom, in non-governmental organizations, states in your case. But you don't have this in Russia really to the same degree, and it's much more top-down, what they call a vertical of power, the power from, the vertical of power going down from the top downwards, and there's nothing really pushing up the other way. And Putin just accentuated this, and he came from a military KGB background, and he gradually brought into his network and into his orbit people with a similar background and similar views.
Can we talk about your book a little bit, Richard? A Moscow Awakening. Is that your first book, your only book? Do you have multiple books?
No. So I wrote this after I finished at the EU, and I also worked at the UN. And I decided sort of back then, it was 2017, 18, I wanted to, instead of perhaps writing a memoir, write a novel. So this book is draws on the experience that I had as a student in what was then Soviet Union in 1975, 76. So I sort of cited it in that period, and used material that I had in my own sort of personal archive, but I did a lot of research on it as well. And so it was very much an experiment, if you like. You had to learn as a writer. I'm sure you're probably both writers yourselves, but it's very different from writing a sort of non-fiction memorandum to a boss or something like this, and to write a novel where your character is obviously important, and you have to structure it, pace it, don't reveal too much in advance, keep the reader interested. I had to learn that, and I was lucky actually to find a very good editor, almost by googling editor Britain and found it.
Editor Britain.
No, but she was wonderful. I mean,
great
really
search.
great. She said, she helped me sort of structure it better, and but one of the downsides, I had to jettison great chunks of text which she thought were completely superfluous.
If we're looking for your book, Richard, I think John, you put the link in chat.
Yes, everyone pick up Richard's book,
Moscow Awakening. So we've got that in chat. Richard, thanks for coming on.
I wish we had longer with you, Richard. It's very fascinating. I was in the United States Navy in the 1980s and 1990s, and I spent a lot of time 12 miles off the coast of Russia. So I'm very aware. Yeah, I was a fast attack Navy sailor. Ran into a lot of British while we were out there. But I'm very aware of Russia and what they mean and what they pose. And I find it funny in America under Trump's presidency that it seemed like him and Putin had some sort of a bromance going, and they were trying to convince us that Russia is our friend. But anybody in my generation that served in the military knows what Russia means, and it's not friendly towards any of us.
Yeah, I think we've got to find a way to sort of coexist with them, and we were making some steps towards this, but I have to say there was a sort of general lack of interest in this in Europe, and actually, from a European perspective, it's very difficult to get 27 countries to agree on anything, and there are just very different mixed views, so some countries are more pro-Russia, some countries are very anti-Russia, and then you have a sort of block in between, so it's very difficult to forge a common policy. But you're quite right. I mean, I think, just pure confrontation, it doesn't benefit either us nor the Russians. And we have to sort of find a better way to do it. But it's a long way off right now. I completely agree with you. And right now we have to make sure that Ukraine continues as a sovereign country and eventually is absorbed within Europe. I think that's certainly as part of the European Union, it seems to be an absolutely essential, step, because then, it becomes part of the structures. It has a sort of certain insurance mechanism, even if it's not part of NATO. But it's a long way to go.
Richard, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Very nice to talk to you both. And
A Moscow Awakening by Richard Fassam-Wright. Available on Amazon. We got the link in the chat.
Yeah, that's my second one was called The Triangle of Death. We can probably talk about that another time, but that's about British Mandate Palestine in between 1936 and 1940. Very different subject, but it's also an area I worked on a lot.
Is that the one that which is the newer Moscow Awakening or
no the Palestine one? The Palestine.
Oh wow,
good for you.
All right,
it's good to see you getting out there. I'm going to grab a Moscow Awakening. I love books like that. I read them all the time. I'm going to grab myself the Moscow Awakening.
Well, tell me what you think of it. More important.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Richard.
You'll see Mayor Tom's review on Amazon.
Yes, sir. Thanks for coming on Lockpod.
Thank you, Richard. Stay cool in London.
Yeah. Go England. Yeah. Appreciate you, sir. Thanks.
Thanks, Richard.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right.
Whew, that was a little stressful. It was like the connection
was rough. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And I think his fan was going.
Oh.
I think that's what that background noise was.
Oh, well, it's 95 in London.
Can't blame
no air
him
conditioning.
No, I agree. Yeah, 95. I'm glad he converted Celsius over for us, too.
That was nice of him.
Yeah.
He was very nice. Smart guy.
We would have had to do that ourselves.
It's probably like right in the middle of the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon or something.
Yeah,
right now. So
right.
3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Like just been hot all day. And so, I always like bringing on authors and,
Especially to do with like global politics and things like that. Really interesting.
You seem like a really smart guy.
Very smart dude.
Yeah. So
I don't have a picture of Putin.
No. With you and Putin?
Me and Putin. No, me delivering diplomatic credentials.
I could make one.
23 years ago, I was probably, delivering my diplomatic credentials to City Hall.
Yeah, I guess you were.
All right, I put both of Richard's books links in chat. Be sure to pick up a copy. They
Palestine,
really
I bet you that's a good one.
Yeah. Triangle of Death.
Triangle of Death.
Got good reviews.
Jill, could you read that one? And I'll read Moscow Awakening, and we'll come back and do a book report in season 19.
All right, there's your assignment.
Because, there's no way I'm going to finish it in the next week. Let's be honest.
The big mystery will be, do John and I actually get tickets to the game tomorrow?
Why don't you just listen to the audiobook on your 8-hour drive down?
Good idea.
They could give us the review.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Jill. That was a great idea.
Tuesday's going to be a good show.
16 hours.
You guys will be like...
You're going to... 8 and 8.
You're like, stop talking. I'm listening.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, enjoy your freaking 16-hour road trip and enjoy sitting in the parking lot listening to everybody cheer. It sounds like a great time. Really excited for you.
What an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just pointing out. Spend a couple fucking dollars and go to the game, you freaking losers.
I think we're going to find a way into the game.
Good, good. All right.
Yellow vests.
Great to see you, Jill. Thanks for
Bring
coming
cones
in.
with you, too.
Bring cones. Yes, I like that whole plan, John. I think
the vlog would be more interesting.
The vlog would be awesome.
The wands, the parking wands.
Yeah.
We have all of it. We have access.
All right. Thank you.
So thanks, Jill. Jay Vez. Awesome. Good job bringing in Richard from London.
Thanks.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve, for lining them up. Kevin Smith, great to see you. Thanks for listening, everybody. We love you.
Hey,
appreciate you.
Tom,
yes, sir.
Before you sign off, we have a huge guest next Friday. Do
yes,
you want to wait to talk about that?
No, Greg Ballard.
Because I want to start pushing it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think you should get it out early. Greg Ballard, candidate for Secretary of State, is coming on Lockpod.
Former mayor of Indianapolis.
Coming on Lockpod in 1 week.
For our finale.
Third-party candidate.
Yeah, third-party candidate for Indiana Secretary of State. We made contact with his campaign manager. We lined it up. He's coming on the show on Friday, so exciting. It's going to be good. And we've already had Bo Bai on the show. We had Blythe Potter who was running. Now we have Greg Ballard. I'm not sure we're going to bring on Max, but you never know.
You never know.
You never know. If Max wants to come on, Max, you can come on. Max Engling. But, yeah, so that seems like it's the big race in the fall.
Yeah.
And we're having a lot of those candidates come here through Lockpod. So thanks for committing, Greg Ballard. We'll see you on Friday. And everybody make sure you listen. And next week's the last 2 shows of the season. So soak us in, and then we'll all go away on summer vacation. We'll be back in September. So thanks, everybody, for listening to Lockpod. Rate, subscribe, share, all that stuff you're supposed to do. We love you all. Appreciate you. Season 18, episode 21's in the books. We'll be back on Tuesday. Take care, everybody. Lockpod's out.